What's up, beautiful people? How you doing? My name is Brittany from She Abundantly at sheabundantly.com. For those of you who do not know me, I love to talk about love, sex, relationships, mainly sex, for the simple fact that sex was the main thing that I struggled with for, I say, my entire life. Yeah, in some way or another, I have struggled with it. I've wrestled with it. I've come to understand some things. Me and sex have been like this, and I don't mean like just the physical parts of it, but wrestling with the idea of it, wrestling with the understanding of it, and of course, yes, for a long part of my life, wrestling with the physicality of it, just really trying to get some understanding about it. And this is a truth that I want to share with you. Nobody has sex on accident. This is something that we tell ourselves. We constantly say the words fall into, and I'm so guilty of saying that. And I keep telling myself I have to change my wording because when we say certain words, we believe that. Okay. And so when you say you fell into something, that takes away your responsibility. It makes it seem like it happened out of your control, out of your knowledge, out of your understanding. And it was like a force that happened to you instead of you happening to it, or instead of you choosing it. You cannot fall into sin. When you really break it down, you cannot fall into sin. And I'm talking about sexual sin specifically. You can't fall into that. Because sex is a choice. Nobody has sex on accident. You make a conscious decision to take your clothes off. Okay, I understand maybe it wasn't planned in the moment, but in that moment, you still made a decision that I'm going to take my clothes off. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because we like to prepare people, or especially our teens, because I talk to teens. We like to say, well, I'm gonna help you out just in case. I'm gonna get you on birth control. I'm gonna buy you these condoms just in case something happened. And so what we do is we give ourselves, we give our children a crutch or a way out of responsibility of thinking their way through their choices. It's like we make them lazy thinkers. We make them lazy human beings. Instead of teaching them to think with their mind, we give them we pacify them just in case. It may happen in the moment. And the reason why, here's the thing, the reason why you can't fall into sex is because it is a decision that you make. But the reason why people make that decision, including myself, I'm thinking back over all of my life, I've never fell into it. I made a decision to have sex because I had a belief that something was good, that something good was going to come out of it. Or I had a belief that this is what you're supposed to do because you're boyfriend and girlfriend. So if people are having sex, it's not because by accident. It's because they believe that there's something in that act that is going to be beneficial to them, whether it is pleasure physically or emotionally for a lot of women. This is how you get a man or something like that. It is tied to their understanding about it or their beliefs about it. And for most, we are very sexually ignorant. We don't have an understanding about it. And so we do it and we suffer the consequences. And so I just want to share that for us who feel like I have to prepare my children because it may happen. Yeah, it may happen, but it's not by accident. It's because your child, it believes something about sex. Your child is believing the wrong thing about sex. So I want to encourage us and to teach our children to think. There's a scripture in the Bible, I believe it's Proverbs 4:7. It says, get wisdom. That's the first thing you get. But even though it costs all you got, get understanding. I hope I didn't butcher that. It says, get understanding. Even though it costs all you got. Why do you think it says, even though it costs all you got? Because understanding is worth everything you have. When you get understanding about something, that's when you get freedom. That's when you get deliverance. That's when you get blessings. That's when you're able to go forward. And we perish as humans because we don't have understanding about a lot of things of life. There are areas in my life where I know I'm ignorant and I'm suffering because of it. So I'm learning more and more and more about food. I'm learning about money. Though, think of those areas where you have no control, and it's overpowering you. It's because you don't have understanding in that area. And so we have to teach our children. We have to, instead of investing in their physical safety, we got to invest in their hearts and in their minds. I have this program called the Purity Promise, where I teach teen girls about sex. I don't know everything about sex, but I know what I know. And God has been investing in me over a number of years. So now it is my time, my duty to invest in the audience, or the people that he's called me to, which is women, teen girls. It's from 13 to 17. And I just took a small group of teen girls through the program. It was, I had 6 weeks with them, one-on-one. I'm talking to them. They're talking to me. They're listening. I'm mentoring them. And let me tell you this. After I was done investing in their brain, investing in their mind, teaching them, giving them understanding about sex, do you know what they did? They made a decision on their own to say, I am not having sex anymore. Not how I was before, because they were having sex. But when they understood what sex was, when they understood what happens when you have sex, when they understood why God says to preserve your body for commitment, don't have sex without him in that relationship, when they understood that, it blew their mind. And they made a decision. I didn't tell them. So this is, since I've been learning, since I've been talking to teens, and this Purity Promise has been going on for about 3.5 years now. And I'm still learning, learning the ropes and learning how to communicate these messages. But since I've been doing this, God gives me strategy. And one thing that I don't do, I don't waste my time. I don't waste my breath anymore telling them don't have sex. Don't. Because it's not effective. You can tell somebody all day long, don't do nothing. But if you don't give them understanding, you're wasting your time. That's why he says, above all, everything, though it costs all you got, get you some understanding, And so I don't tell them don't do it. I give them the facts. I give them understanding, and I allow them I give them the choice, or to make their own decision. And let me tell you, when you know the truth about sex, you're going to make a decision, all right? You're going to make a decision. Because it don't make sense to continue to abuse sex after you know what you know. And so, yes, I'm saying all that to say, I'm starting another session with the Purity Promise with teen girls 13 to 17, starting May 1st of this year. May 1st. If you go to sheabundantly.com, right when you go on, you can see it says the Purity Promise program. You can click the button and register, or you can go directly to sheabundantly.com/the Purity Promise. And I really encourage you to enroll your teen daughter. Okay? Condoms, birth control may be able to temporarily ward off consequences. It may be able to save them physically, but let me tell you, you do your child such a major disservice when you don't deal with the internal, when you don't deal with the heart. And condoms and birth control and all those man-made products, those are just nothing but mask over the real issue internally. That your baby girl is having sex because she does not have a father figure, or that your baby girl is having sex because she's finding her identity in a guy, or that she feels like the only reason she's here is to make a guy feel good sexually. There's so many reasons. You got to deal with the internal, because the moment they lay down and have sex, I kid you not, the spiritual world, the consequences has been set. And condoms can't prevent demons. They don't. Condoms can't prevent curses, generational pathologies, curse after curse after curse. They don't. And as much as we don't want to talk about sex and God together, it's impossible not to, because he created sex. Okay, so we have to we got to equip ourselves, but we got to equip our children, because it's going to continue. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. Who wants to continue to live in brokenness year after year, generation after generation? My mom slept with married men. Now look at my daughter. Now my daughter's sleeping with married men. Now my daughter is a single mom. Now I was a single mom. Like, so it has to be broken. The only way you can break those things, the only way you can come out of those pathologies is through understanding. Listen, you can pray all day. Absolutely, prayer is good, but God's going to, in answering your prayer, He's going to send you a book. He's going to send you a mentor. He's going to send you somebody. And for some of you who are listening, He's sending your baby girl to this program to get understanding. I kid you not. I kid you not. That is my heart's mission. I know for the rest of my life, I'll be talking about this, and I'm going to get better and better. And I have more products and things to give out for understanding. But I just want to encourage you. Go on over to that website, to my website, and invest in your daughter, because 6 weeks of understanding this can change her life forever. I congratulated these girls for making this decision, because even though it was just us on the call, they broke generational curses by saying no to the enemy. It's saying it stops right here by getting understanding in a matter of 2 months. And some women go a whole lifetime broken. They stay side chicks because they don't understand sex. They stay side chicks. They stay single for those who desire to be married. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Because guess what? Let me tell you this. If there's a spirit that keeps you married, which is a spirit of God, guess what? There's a spirit that keeps you unmarried. See, I teach these teen girls. Listen, they walk away knowing things that the average person won't know in a lifetime. And I'm not trying. I'm doing. Me and God, we didn't partner it up, and we doing. We setting some young queens' minds free. So that's all I got. Stay encouraged, and I hope that you take that time. I hope that you see it as worth it. This investment as worth it. And I hope to see you and your baby girl very soon, starting May 1st. Peace.